Govinda. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. First we'll have a kirtan to welcome spring season. It's a Vasanta Navaratri season from today, and happy Ugadi, happy Gudi Padwa, and all the auspicious festival season is starting. There is a beautiful kirtan. Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Vandade Vandade Vasanta Kalam Tandade Tandade Kutugalam Vandade Vandade Vasanta Kalam Tandade Tandade Kutugalam Vandade Vandade வசந்த காலம் மயில்கள் ஆடின குயில்கள் கூவின மரங்கள் துளிர்த்தன மலர்கள் மலர்ந்தன வந்ததே வந்ததே வசந்த காலம் ஓடைகள் நிரம்பின தாமரைகள் மலர்ந்தன வண்டின் ரீங்காரம் காற்றில் மிதந்தது வந்ததே வந்ததே வசந்த காலம் தந்ததே தந்ததே கூத்துகலம் வந்ததே வந்ததே வசந்த காலம் குசும சுகந்தம் கலந்து வீசின சுகுமாரன் குழலோசை செய்து நின்றான் வந்ததே வந்ததே வசந்த காலம் தந்ததே தந்ததே கூத்துகலம் வந்ததே வந்ததே வசந்த காலம் Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Welcome everyone by the immense grace of our Gurunatha, His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Sri Muralidhar Swamiji. We are very fortunate to learn Narayanyam every Friday evening in US and morning in India. And again another beautiful chapter we are going to study today. This is canto number 21. This is the worship of Bhagavan in various continents, in various places. See, Bhagavan is universal. Bhagavan is all pervading. There is no place where Bhagavan does not exist. So in every place people worship Bhagavan in different ways, different forms. Some we can see, some we cannot see. Some are all very hidden from our normal senses also, but there is worship of Bhagavan, God happening in all places at all times. So we are going to get a glimpse of how Bhagavan is worshipped in different places, different continents also. That is called the mode of worship in Jambu Dwipa. Our continent is called Jambu Dweepam. There is a huge Meru Parvata, Meru mountain. We do not know where the beginning is, where the end is. The top reaches Satyaloka or high. We cannot see that mountain with our naked eye. So that Meru mountain is used as like the basis, and all the places, either to the east, either to the west, either to the north, or either to the south of that region. So there is a river called Jambu River that flows in that from the top of that mountain. So this whole place is called Jambu Dwipa, the Jambu continent. And so, how Bhagavan is worshipped in the eastern region, how he is worshipped in the western region, how he is worshipped in the north, how he is worshipped in the south, who are the bhaktas worshipping Bhagavan in different forms. That is what we are going to study today. So, Dashakam 21, Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmani Namaha. Madhyodbhave Bhuvaila Vridanamni Varshe Gauri Pradana Vanida Janamatra Bhaji Sharvena Mantranutivi Samupasyamanam Sankarshanatmakam Adishwara Samshrayetvam Madhyodbhave Bhuva Ilavridanamni Varshe Gauri Pradhana Vanita Janamatra Bhaji Sharvena Mantranutivi Samupasyamanam Sankarshanatmakam Adishwara Samshrayetvam Madhyodbhave Bhuva Ilavridanamni Varshe Gauri Pradhana Vanida Jana Matra Bhaji Sharvena Mantra Nudivi Samupasyamanam Sankarshanatmakam Adhishwara Samshraye Tvam. Saying Madhyodbhave, in the middle of the earth. In Narayanyam, it is said like this. So, in the Bhagavatam, it is little bit more described. This is the area north of the Himalayas, it seems. I am getting from Anandara Madhichidar's book. There's little more explanation. So even farther than the north of the Himalayas, there is a region called Ilavrita. Madhyodbhave Bhuva Ilavrita Namni Varshe. In that region, Gauri Pradhana Vanida Janamatra Bhaji, Shiva and Parvati are the only gods and only people in that region. And all the Shiva and Parvati are worshipping Bhagavan as Sankarshanatmakam, as Sankarshana Murti. Bhagavan himself as Sankarshana Murti. So the Lord Shiva and Parvati are worshipping Bhagavan as Sankarshana. Sankarshana Sharvena Mantra Nutibi. They are singing mantras, they are singing stotras and worshipping Sankarshana. Bhagavan as Sankarshana. Sankarshanatmakam Adishwara Samshrayetvam. In this place, even above the Himalayas, this place is inhabited by Lord Shiva, then no one else can go there. Only Shiva, Parvati and their attendants and they all live there. And so Parvati Devi and Lord Shiva, they are in, having a private time. And so yesterday I mentioned this, the Shringara Bhava, where many times we see like how in Narayanyam we have Rasa Leela, is a Shringara Bhava. It's the, the Leela between Radha, Krishna and all the Sakhis, right? So that is the Shringara Bhava we have for Radha Krishna like that. In Sundarakanda, we see how Ramachandra Prabhu and Mother Sita had blissful moments in Chitrakuta Parvata when our Lord Rama himself, made combed her hair and he put nice flowers for her hair. Then Rama put tilakam for her. So how Bhagavan and Devi have Shringara, more private moments like that. Like that, for Shiva and Parvati also, Kalidasa has written many stotram in that aspect, the Shringara aspect. So here in this place, Lord Shiva and Parvati are living in privacy with their close bhaktas. One time, the rishis suddenly wanted to get darshan and they went to this place. And Mother Parvati became very shy. And so Lord Shiva, he understood Mother Parvati was not comfortable. So he immediately gave a command, whoever enters this region will become a woman. So whoever enters that place will become a woman. Nobody can go there. So all are only Lord Shiva is there and all others are women. And so Gauri Pradhana Vanida Janamatrabaji, all the women are with Mother Gauri as their head. All of them, they worship with along with Shiva, Narayana, Sankarshana Murti. That Bhagavan is called, Lord Shiva is called Ardhanarishwara here also it seems. So, Gauri Pradhana Vanidajana Matrabaji Sharvena Mantranutibi Samupasyamanam Sankarshanatmakam Adishwara Samshrayetvam. They worship Sankarshana Murti. Sankarshana Murti is the if it is Pradhana and Purusha. The first being is Purusha, and the immediate is Pradhana. But so he's almost is as good as Bhagavan. Like that, Sankarshana. And how do they worship Sankarshana in Bhagavatam? The slokas are coming in 5.17, 5.18. Skandam 5, chapter 17 and 18. So the stotram and mantram they are saying is Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaja Sarvaguna Sankyaya Sankyanaya Ananta Abhyaktaya Namaiti. Sankyanaya Anantaya Abhyaktaya Namaiti. Om Namo Bhagavate, they are worshipping Sankarshana saying, you are the Parama Purusha and you are the being who has all the Kalyana Gunas and you bring delight to everyone and you are the unmanifest aspect which we cannot see with our naked eye and you with the indriyas, our senses cannot see you. Sankyanaya Ananta Abhyaktaya Namaiti. And then they sing the stotra Bhaje Bhajanyarana Padapangajam Bhagasya Kritsnasya Paramparayanam Bhakteshwalam Bhavita Bhuta Bhavanam Bhavapaham Tva Bhava Bhavam Ishwaram. They sing the shloka to Sankarshana Murti Bhaje Bhajanyarana Padapangajam. That beautiful lotus feet of yours which give protection to the devotees. We worship those lotus feet. Bhagasya Krishnasya, they possess the 6 qualities which is why he is called Bhagavan. There is the Aishwaryam, Yashas, Tejas, Jnanam, Vairagyam, auspiciousness. All these are 6 qualities which our Sankarshana Murti possesses. So it's called Bhagasya, Krishnasya, Paramparayanam. All the devotees are protected by Sankarshana Murti. Bhakteshwalam Bhavita. The beautiful form of Sankarshana Murti brings delight to bhaktas and it protects them from going round and round in samsara. Bhakteshwalam bhavita bhuta bhavanam bhavapaham. It stops the cycle of samsara for the bhaktas. For the abhaktas, it puts them in samsara. Bhavapaham tva bhava bhavamishwaram. That Sankarshana Murti, when we worship, the ego is removed. The ego that I am the body, that aham, that is where Sankarshana Murti is there. So when we worship Sankarshana Murti, that aham bhava is removed and we feel the ananda which is Bhagavan. And so even Shiva and Parvati worship Bhagavan as Sankarshana Murti in Ilavrida. That is the first shloka. Madhyodbhave bhuva Ilavrida namni varshe Gauri pradana vanida janamatrabaji Sharvena mantranutibi samupasyamanam Sankarshanatmakam Adishwara samshayetvam. Next one. भद्राश्वनामक इलावृत पूर्ववर्षे भद्रश्रवोभिऋषिभिः परिणूयमानम् कल्पान्तगूढनिगमोद्धरणप्रवीणम् ध्यायामि देव हयशीर्षतनुं भवन्तम् भद्राश्वनामक इलावृत पूर्ववर्षे भद्रश्रवोभिः ऋषिभिः परिणूयमानम् कल्पान्तगूढनिगमोद्धरणप्रवीणम् ध्यायामि देव हयशीर्षतनुं भवन्तम्. Ilavrida Purva Varshe, there is a place called Bhadrashrava Bhadrashva, which is to the east of Ilavrita. So suppose we take in the middle of the earth, then we are going east. And here there is a rishi called Bhadrashravas. He is the son of Dharmadeva. He is a rishi. Bhadrashvanamaka Ilavrita Purva Varshe Bhadrashravobi Rishibi. Rishi called Bhadrashrava. He is the son of Dharmadevata. He is worshipping Bhagavan as Kalpandaguda Nigamodharana Pravinam Dhyayami Deva Hayashirshatanum. He is worshipping Bhagavan as the form Hayagriva. Hayagriva Murti ஆயிட்டு Rishi Bhadrashrava is worshipping Bhagavan, singing mantras and singing stotras. What is the mantra he is chanting? Om Namo Bhagavate Dharmayatma Vishodhanaya Namaiti. That Bhagavan, who is the very meaning of Pranava, Pranavatin Purul, is the concept of Pranava. Om Namo Bhagavate Dharmayatma Vishodhanaya Namaiti is the Dharma Swarupa. Bhagavan is Dharma Swarupa. Bhagavan as Hayagriva is Dharma Swarupa and Vishodharmayatma Vishodhanaya Namaiti. He gives Upadesha of knowledge. He gives Jnana Upadesha. That is Hayagriva Swami, and he removes our Ajnana. Vishodhanaya Namaiti. He removes our avidya. And so that Hayagriva Bhagavan, you know what he represents. Another, this is the mantra we said. Now this is a stotra. He's chanting this stotra. Rishi Bhadrashava is chanting this stotra and praising Lord Hayagriva. What did he chant? Aho vichitram bhagavad vicheshtidam grantam janoyam mishanna pashyati dhyayanna sadyarhi vikarma sevitum nirhritya putram pitaram jijivishuhu. Aho vichitram bhagavad vicheshtidam. Bhagavane Krishna, your activity of Maya, it's aho vichitram. It is indeed astounding, this Maya of yours. Grantham janoyam mishanna pashyati dhyayanna sadyarhi vikarma sevitum nirhritya putram pitaram jijivishuhu. Suppose a person lost his son and also lost his father at the same time, and after cremating their bodies, he comes back and he takes all their stuff and uses it for himself and continues to live his own life. How will it be? Like that, the person does not realize he just cremated someone. Tomorrow it will be his turn to get cremated. Without realizing that, he just starts using their stuff and lives on. That is called Maya of Bhagavan. This Maya, it is vichitram, it is confounding, it is so, people are not realizing how deep this Maya is. And so, if that person were to live like that, he is deeply immersed in Maya. So, who can save us from that infatuation of Maya? Hayagriva Bhagavan. And therefore, our Bhadrashrava Rishi is praying to Hayagriva, please do not immerse me in such a Maya of yours. Please keep me safe and please give me the Jnana Upadesha and remove my Ajnana. Aho vichitram bhagavat vicheshtidam grantam janoyam mishanna pashyadi dhyayanna sadyarhi vikarma sevitum nirhritya putram pitaram jijivishuhu. So, like this, our Hayagriva Bhagavan is praised, and then Vedan Yugante Tamasa Tiraskridan Rasataladyo Nrituranga Vigraha Ratyada Devai Kavaye Biyachade Tasmai Namasti Avitate Hitayate. 5.18. So they are worshipping Hayagriva Swami, who has the head of a horse and then the body of a man. That Hayagriva Bhagavan, at the end of the Kalpa, when Madhu, the Asura Madhu, he stole the Vedas from Brahmaji and hid them in Rasatala. At that time, Bhagavan took the form of Hayagriva. He killed the Asura Madhu and recovered the Vedas. So since he recovers knowledge, he is called the Jnanamurti. So we say that Shloka Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspadikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. That Hayagriva Swami. When we worship Bhagavan and when we chant this shloka, we get jnana, we get nirmala jnana, and therefore these slokas are important. So Bhadrashvanamaka ilavrida purva varshe Bhadrashravo rishibi parinuyamanam Kalpanda Guda Nigamodharana Pravinam Dhyayami Deva Ayashirshatanum Bhavandam. Then another next region Dhyayami Dakshinagade Harivarsha Prahlada Mukhya Purushai Parishevyamanam Uttunga Shanda Davala Gridim Ega Shuddha Jnana Pradam Naraharim Bhagavan Bhavandam. Again, Dhyayami Dakshinagade Harivarsha Prahlada Mukhya Purushai Parishevyamanam Uttunga Shanda Davala Kriti Mega Shuddha Jnana Pradam Naraharim Bhagavan Bhavandam. South of Ilavrita. So we saw Ilavrita is the center, that is like the north of Himalayas. Then we saw east. Now we see the south of the south of Ilavrita. Dhyayami Dakshinagade Harivarsha Varshe. There is a place called Harivarsha. And here the devotee is Prahlada and all his followers. Prahlada Mukhya Purushai Parishevyamanam Uttunga taller Narsimha Swami is worshipping the form of Narsimha who is tall and a calm Narsimha. He is calmed down now. Narsimha Bhagavan who is white in color and is in a calm mood right now. That Bhagavan Prahlada is worshipping. Uttunga Shanda Davala Kriti Mega Shuddha Jnanapradam. He bestows the Eka Shuddha Jnanam. He bestows the highest blissful knowledge, that Narasimha Swami. And Prahlada prays to him, "Oh Narasimha, when you incarnated, you had big molars, you had big nails, and you had long manes, and you had a ferocious form, and you killed my father. Oh Narasimha Bhagavan, please remove our ajnana, please remove our ignorance, and please remove our karma vasanas, our attachment to karma, please remove that, and let all be united, and let all be friendly with each other. Let there not be, evil in anyone's heart." Prahlada is praying like this. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namastejas Tejase Aviravir Bhava Vajradamshra Karmashayan Randaya Tamo Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Atmani Bhuyishta Om Shraum. Bhagavata Shloka. So here 5.18 our Narasimha Swami is being, Bhagavan is worshipped as Narasimha in south of Ilavrita by Prahlada. That is a beautiful shloka. Dhyayami Dakshinagade Harivarsha Varshe Prahlada Mukhya Purushai Parishevyamanam Uttunga Shanda Davala Kriti Mega Shuddha Jnana Pradam Naraharim Bhagavan Bhavandam. Now, next one. Varshe Pratichi Lalitatmani Ketumale Leela Vishesha Lalidasmida Shobhanangam Lakshmya Prajapati Sutaischa Nishevyamanam Tasya Priyaya Dhritakamatanum Bhajitvam. Varshe Pratichi Lalitatmani Ketumale Leela Vishesha Lalitasmida Shobhanangam Lakshmya Prajapati Sutaischa Nishevyamanam Tasya Priyaya Dhritakamatanum Bhajitvam. To the west of Ilavrita. So Ilavrita, then we saw Purva, the eastern part, southern part, no, western part. It is the place called Ketumala, and here Mother Lakshmi is worshipping Bhagavan in Ekantam. There is one Mother Lakshmi in Vaikunta with Narayana. She is there also, but another form here in Ketumala, and there in private she is worshipping Bhagavan. She wanted to worship Narayana as Kamadeva. So Bhagavan, to please her, assumed a beautiful form, like the form of Krishna. Krishna Avadara, that Krishna is the most beautiful. Krishna. And the Rupam Mahalakshmi wanted. That Rupa of Bhagavan, it put Kamadeva to shame. Otherwise, Kamadeva is supposed to be the most beautiful in all the worlds. More than the Devas, more than all the created beings, it is Kamadeva who is very beautiful, Manmadan. So he's called Manmathan because he infatuates everyone. So he is actually the son of Bhagavan himself. So Lakshmi Devi wanted to worship Bhagavan with that much beauty, which is equal to Krishna's beauty. So Bhagavan took a form like Manmadhan. And so Kamatanum, the last line says, Tasya Priyaya Dhrita Kamatanum Bhajetvam. Lakshmi Devi, along with all the sons of Prajapati, वर्षे प्रतीचि ललितात्मनिकेतुमाले लीला विशेष ललितस्मित शोभनांगम. Leela Vishesha Lalita Smita Shobhanagam. It's a very beautiful form with a charming smile. That form Mahalakshmi wants to worship in private. So she is, worshipping Bhagavan along with the sons of Prajapati. Prajapati Sudhaishchadan with all her other Sakhis. Mother Lakshmi is worshipping Bhagavan. Tasya Priyaya Dhrita Kamatanum Bhajetvam. Bhagavan took the form as Kamadeva for her sake. So that is Ketumala region. Our Mahalakshmi is worshipping Bhagavan. Then next one, Ramye Hyutichi Khalu Ramyakanamni Varshe Tadvarshanatam Anuvarya Saparyamanam Bhaktaikavatsala Mamatsara Kritsubantam Matsyakritiim Bhuvananada Bhaje Bhavandam. Ramye Hyudichi Khalu Ramyakanamni Varshe Tat Varsha Natham Anuvarya Saparyamanam Bhaktaika Vatsalam Amatsara Kritsubantam. Again, Bhaktaika Vatsalam Amatsara Kritsubantam Matsyakritiim Bhuvananada Bhaje Bhavandam. Kaluramyaganamni Varshe तद्दर्शनादमनुवर्य सपर्यमाणम् भक्तैकवत्सलममल्सरहृत्सुबान्धम् मत्स्यातिरिं भुवननाद भजे भवन्तम्. To the north of Ilavrita, Ramye Hyudichi Khalu. So we saw Ilavrita east, south, west. Now north of Ilavrita, there's a place called Ramyaka. Ramye Hyutichi Khalu Ramyakanamni Varshe Tatvarshanath Manuvaryasa Paryamanam. Manu, Swayambhuva Manu, is worshipping Bhagavan. Bhaktaika Vatsalam. Bhagavan is a Bhakta Vatsala. He is the protector of his devotees. Bhaktaika Vatsalam Amatsara Kritsubhantam. The people, the pure-hearted devotees of Bhagavan. Bhagavan loves the Amatsara, people who do not have any, ulterior motive and jealousy and competition and all. Guruvayurappan quietly will hide when there is people like that. So, Bhagavan likes Saral Swabhava. He wants straightforward nature and simple nature. Guruvayurappan likes. So, Bhaktaikavatsalam Amatsara Subhandam. Bhagavan shines in the heart of the simple devotee like Pundanam, like our Kuchela, like our Kururammai, like that. Bhagavan loves simple bhaktas. Bhaktaikavatsalam Amatsara Subhandam Matsyakritim. So here, all the people with the Swayambhuva Manu as their head, they are worshipping Bhagavan as the Matsya Avatara Bhagavan. Matsya Avatara is another beautiful avatara where Bhagavan gave Jnana Upadesha to Raja Satyavrata. Very powerful shlokas. We are all, covered in this ignorance, thinking I am the body, that I am here forever. So that Ajnana is removed by the Jnana Upadesha given by Bhagavan as the fish incarnation. We'll study that later in Narayanam 32 chapter. So here Manu is worshipping Bhagavan with all his followers as Matsya Murti. Bhaktaika Vatsalam Amatsara Hrit Matsya Kridim Bhuvananada Bhaje Bhavandam. Then Varsham Hiranmaya Samahvayam Uttaraham Asinam Adri Dhriti Karmata Kamatangam Samsevade Pitrigana Pravaravaryamayam Tam Tvam Bhajami Bhagavan Parachinmayatman Varsham Hiranmaya Samahvayam Uttaraham Asinam Adri Dhriti Karmata Kamatangam Samsevade Pitrigana Pravaravaryamayam Tam Tvam Bhajami Bhagavan Parachinmayatman Samahvayam Uttaraham. So even to the north of Ilavrita is Ramyaka. To the north of that is another place called Hiranmaya. And there Bhagavan is worshipped as the Kurma Avatar Bhagavan. He is worshipped by all the Pitrikal, the head of the Pitris. He is called Aryama, the chief of the mains. He is called Aryama. So he is worshipping Bhagavan as Kurma Avatar Bhagavan. Varsham Hiran Maya Samahvayam Uttaraham Asinam Adri Dhriti Karmata Kamatangam. That Bhagavan who took the Kurma Avatara and he carried the mountain Mandara on his back, and it was used to churn the ocean and retrieve nectar. So that Bhagavan, when the mountain is sinking, Bhagavan takes the form of a huge tortoise and he supports the mountain on his back. And then they are churning, it feels for Bhagavan like somebody is scratching his back. Like that, Bhagavan, Kurma avatar, very powerful, another avatara. So here, all the Pitrikal, the mains, they are worshipping Bhagavan as the Kurma avatar. Pitrigana Pravaro Aryamayam. Aryama is the chief of the Pitriganas. Samsevade Pitrigana Pravaro Aryamayam Tam Tvam Bhajami Bhagavan Parachinmayatman. Hey Parachinmayatman. Bhagavan is the supreme light of Chinmaya Rupa. Supreme Chinmaya Rupa is Bhagavan Guruvayurappan. You and I have Prakrita Sharira with bones and all the dhatus in our body, flesh and bone and blood and all, but Bhagavan Sharira Chinmaya Rupa. So our Bhattadri uses beautiful words suddenly to remind us Guruvayurappan is Chinmaya Rupa. And I worship you, Guruvayurappa. He says, Bhajami Bhagavan, Bhajami, I Bhagavan. I worship you, Guruvayurappa, as the Parachinmayatman. Bhajami Bhagavan Parachinmayatman. Then next one, Kinchotareshu Kurushu Priyaya Dharanya Samsevido Mahida Mandranudi Prabhedaihi Damshtragra Grishta Ganaprishta Garishta Vashma Tvampahi Vijnanuda Yatnavarahamurte Kinchotareshu Kurushu Vyayadharanya Samsevido Mahidamandranudi Prabhedaihi Damshtragragृष्ट Ganaprishta Garishta Varshma Tvampahi Vijnanuda Yatnavarahamurte. Called Kuru, and here Bhagavan is worshipped by as the Varaha Rupa. Priyayadharanya. The Bhagavan, the Mother Lakshmi worships Bhagavan as the Varaha Swami. And we see beautiful Varaha Avatara when Bhagavan brings back Mother Earth on his tusk and he puts her back in orbit. So that Varaha Avatara is very beautiful. Oh Guruvayurappa, please protect all your devotees Narayana Bhattadri is praying, Tvam pahi vijnanuda yajnavarahamurte. The form of Varaha Swami, the different limbs represent different yagas. So he is called Yajnavaraha. So all the Lakshmi Devi, his dear wife, they are worshipping Bhagavan as the Varaha Swami. Damshtragra Grishta Gana Prishta Garishta Vashma. His big body and his tusk, they touch the clouds. With a huge body, Bhagavan came as a small Angushta Matra. He came from Brahmaji's nostril and he grew and grew into big size and became big as a mountain from one end to the other. That Varaha Bhagavan, Damshtragra Grishta Gana Prishta Garishta Vashma Tvam Pahi Vityanuda Yajna Varaha Murti. Then this is very beautiful as we are coming to Ramanavami. Yam yam disham bhajadi kim purushakya varshe samsevito hanumata Rida Bhakti Bhaja Sita Abhirama Paramadbhuta Rupashali Ramatmaka Parilasan Paripahi Vishnu यां यां दिशं भजति किं पुरुषाख्यवर्षे संसेवितो हनुमदा दृढभक्तिभाजा सीताभिराम परमाद्भुतरूपशाली रामात्मकपरिलसन् परिपाहि विष्णु belongs to a class of people called Kim Purushas. There's a special class of people called Kim Purushas and they are residing in south of Ilavrida. Yam yam disham bhajati Kim Purushakya Varshe. Hanumanji is their leader. And they, Hanumanji with all his followers, worship Bhagavan as Sri Ramachandra Murti. Sita Abhirama Paramadbhuta Rupashali. That form of Rama which captivates Mother Sita and which is most wonderful. With that form, in that form is of Lord Rama, Anjaneya. He worships Rama, who is so beautiful, and that whole place is full of divine effulgence because Mother Sita is there. So Ramatmaka Parilasan, the whole place is shining because Sita Mata is there and Ramachandra Prabhu is there. So Hanumanji and all his followers worship Bhagavan as Rama. Ramatmaka Parilasan Paripahi Vishnu. Then all the places we saw, what about our Bharata Desha? Here now it comes. Srinaradena Saha Bharata Khanda Mukhyahi Tvam Sankhya Yoga Nudivi Samupasyamana आकल्पकालमिह साधुजनाभिरक्षी नारायणो नरसक परिपाहि भूमन् श्रीनारदेन सह भारतखण्डमुख्यैः त्वं साङ्ख्ययोगनुदिभिः समुपास्यमानः आकल्पकालमिह साधुजनाभिरक्षी नारायणो नरसक परिपाहि भूमन् मुख्यैः. So Bharatakhanda. So all the places we saw right now, they are all in the entire earth. It was divided into 9 parts. And so now we come to the Bharatakhanda, and here Narada Muni, he said, remember he's telling in Bhagavata Mahatmyam, I shall establish Bhakti Gehe Gehe Jani Jani. I shall establish Bhakti in every house, in every heart. Narada said, right? Narada is in Bharata Varsha and he is spreading the Bhakti of Guruvayurappan, and also Nara Narayana are still doing tapas in the Badarikashrama region for the benefit of all the sadhu, all the devotees like us. They are still doing tapas till the end of time. Pralayakala Akalpakalamiha Sadhujana Birakshi, to protect the Sadhujan, to protect the virtuous people. Nara Narayana are doing tapas till the end of Pralaya, and they are that Narada Muni is spreading the Bhakti Marga. Srinaradena sa Bharata Khanda Mukhyehi Tvam Sankhya Yoga Nudibi Samupasyamanaha Akalpakalamiha Sadhujana Birakshi Narayano Narasaka Paripahi Bhuman. So that was all the 9 parts in on the earth. Now we are going to higher regions. We are covered by the salt ocean. Above that, there is another region. There is an ocean of milk. There is an ocean of ghee. There is ocean of sugar and all that it seems. We cannot see with our eyes. But we are going to see Plakshe Karupamai Shalmala Indurupam Vibe Bajandi Kushanamani Vanni Rupam Kraunjemburupamata Vayumayam Chashake Swam Brahma Rupamai Pushkaranamni Lokaha Lakshe Arkarupamai Shalmala Indurupam Dvipe Bajandi Kushanamani Vanni Rupam Kraunjemburupamata वायुमयं च शाके त्वां ब्रह्मरूपमयि पुष्करनाम्नि लोकाः. Now we are going to other Dwipas, other continent, not continent on the earth, but above the earth. So Plaksha Dwipa, Krauncha Dwipa, Kusha Dwipa, and Pushkara Deepa, Shalmala Dwipa. These are all other worlds which exist. So in the Plaksha Dwipa, Bhagavan is worshipped in the form of the Surya Bhagavan. Plakshe Arka means sun. Plakshe Arkarupamai, then Shalmala Indurupam. In the Shalmala Dvipam, Bhagavan is worshipped as the moon deity. Dvipe Bajandi Kushanamani Nirupam. In the Kushadvipa, Bhagavan is worshipped as Agni. Dvipe Bajandi Kushanamani Nirupam. Kraunjemburupamata. In the Krauncha Dvipa, Bhagavan is worshipped as water. Kraunje Amburupam. Kraunje Amburupamata Vayumayam Chashake. In the Shaka Dvipa, Bhagavan is worshipped as the wind. Tvam Brahmarupamai Pushkaranam Niloka. In the Pushkara Dwipa, Bhagavan is worshipped as Brahma Swarupam. Like this, in different Dwipas, Bhagavan is worshipped. Then, above all this is where our Dhruva Maharaja went last week. Sarvai Dhruvadibirudu Prakarai Grahaischa Puchadikesha Vayavesha Vikalpyamanaihi Tvam Shimshumara Vakusha Mahatam Upasya Sandhyasu Rundi Narakam Mama Sindhu Shayin. This whole sloka is one big chapter in Bhagavatam. All this very beautiful and very detailed form. Sarvai Dhruvadi Virudu Prakarai Grahaischa Puchadikesha Vayavesha Vikalpyamanaihi Sarvai Dhruvadi Virudu Prakarai Grahaischa Puchadikesha Vayavesha Vikalpyamanaihi Tvam Shimshumara Vapusha Mahatam Upasyah Sandhyasu Rundi Narakam Mama Sindhushayin Dikesha Vayavesha Vikalpyamanaihi Tvam Shimshumara Vapusha. There is a rupa of Bhagavan called Shimshumara. It is like an upside down crocodile. It's a beautiful chapter. I have to study detail and it will take another class for it. But you can imagine the whole space. There is a big crocodile hanging upside down with tail at the top and head at the bottom. And the top, it has all the nakshatras, all the planets, all the nakshatras. They are all bodies in that limbs of that Shimshumara Rupa. That is called Pucha Dekeshwa Vayavesha Vikalpa Oror Avayavangal. They are the stars, they are the planets, and all those are described in the chapter in Bhagavata. So Dhruva is at the top, and Dhruva accompanied by all the Saptarishi Mandala and all other stars. They are all worshipping Bhagavan. Sarvai Dhruvadivi Rudu Parakanai Grahaischa Puchadikeshwa Vayavesha Vikalpyamanaihi Tvam Shimshuma Ravapusha Mahatam Upasyaha Sandhyasu. Very great rishis all meditate on that form. How difficult it must be to imagine Bhagavan in that form as holds space, as all the things in space, it is the form of Bhagavan. Imagine the sun, moon, the planets, the stars, they are all different limbs in the form of Bhagavan, that is a crocodile form. So they are doing worship in that form and they are doing dhyana. in the three sandhyas, in the morning and early dawn, then in noon and in the evening time, who the great rishis are meditating on that form. For people like us, the beautiful Krishna form is good. We can do, but to imagine and worship that form, you should have sharper and sharper intellect. So the rishis who are enlightened ones, they are doing Mahatam Upasyaha, Mahatam Upasyaha. They are doing dhyana on that form of Shimshumara Vapusha. Tvam Shimshumara Vapusha, Mahatam Upasyaha Sandhya Surundi Narakamama Sindhushain. Just when we read that chapter, once a day, all the papa, the sin we commit on that day is removed. So if you chant that chapter every day your sins are removed. That is the phalam of that chapter in Bhagavata. Here also Bhattadri is saying, Sandhya Sunurundi Narakam Mama Sindhu Shayin. It will remove all my sins. Oh Krishna, I worship you in that Shimshumara form. And that Bhagavan who rests on the milk ocean. Sindhu Shayin. Then last one. पातालमूलभुविशेषतनुं भवन्दं लोलैककुण्डलविराजिसहस्रशीर्षं नीलाम्बरं धृतहलं भुजगाङ्गनाभिः जुष्टं भजे हरगदान् गुरुगेहनादा पातालमूलभुवि शेषतनुं भवन्दं लोलैककुण्डलविराजिसहस्रशीर्षं नीलाम्बरं धृतहलं भुजगाङ्गनाभिः Jushtam Baje Haragadan Guruge Hanada. Tala, who is holding all this together? Adishesha. He has 1,000 heads, and in that one head, it is Mother Earth, and it looks like a small mustard seed on his head. He's so big. Adishesha, 1,000 heads. Lolai Kakundala is wearing one earring. That powerful earring, it has another significance also, that earring of one earring. Lole Gakundala Viradi Sahasra Shirsham, 1,000 heads or a big earring representing, jnana and yoga, I think. Lole Gakundala Viraji Sahasra Shirsham, Neelambaram is wearing a blue garment and he is having the plow. Drita Halam, Bujaganganabi and all the serpent wives, serpent women, the Nagas are all residing in that region. Bujaganganabihi Jushtam Bhaje Haragadan Gurugehanadha. Such is the great Bhagavan. If you imagine the universe as Bhagavan's form, we also studied that in Canto 6, Virat Rupam. So Bhagavan is so big and so grand. What is not possible for him? So now and then we get lesson to remind us, this is Bhagavan. He is so powerful. His form is big. And his grace is also big. His grace is also amazing. He's full of karunai and kindness for us. So he's teaching us all this. So again, Patala Mula Bhuvi Sheshatanum Bhavandam Lolaika Kundala Viraji Sahasra Shirsham Neelambaram Dridahalam Bhujaganganabihi Jushtam Bhaje Haragadan Guruge Hanada. Hey Guruvayappa, I'm narrating your stories. Please cure my ailments. Quickly says the author Narayana Bhattadri, Jushtam Bhaje Haragadan Guruge Hanada Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमिदं कालदेशावधिभ्यां निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशरसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनरुरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावद्भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे अन्धभाग्यं जनानां श्रीकृष्णाय परब्रह्मणे नमः. हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे.